right, it's June 11th, and yeah, headed into the backcountry. Believe it or not, there's still snow. It's still winter above 11,000 feet. So it's a little late, but going to take some final turns. Last day in the backcountry on skis of at least this part of the year. Hopefully not the last day in 2026. So loading up the car and quick little strike mission up to a glacial lake for a swim, and ideally ski some big snowfields and be the only one out there. All right, let's go. Okay, here is a look at my gear for this overnight. That's all going in my pack and on my back. Doesn't really feel like I'm going skiing. Now does it? Not really. Starting to approach the mountains. Tallest mountain in America is right there. You'll see the two spikes to the left of it popping up. That's Mount Whitney, tallest mountain in the 48 states. Of course, Alaska has taller mountains. Here we go into Lone Pine, the first town in the Eastern Sierra. Here's the trailhead. See, there's actually a lot of people here for a Thursday in June. Wow, a lot of people. So this is the trailhead, and it's really hard to imagine that I'm going skiing. You know, this is full-blown summer conditions. It's 73 degrees here right now. But we're going way past everything you can see here, up high. We're at 9,200 feet right now, headed to about 11,000, and then skiing higher than that. So let's see what we can do. Let's go. Big shout out to Black Crows. These skis are so incredible and so light, but yet you get tons of performance. And same thing with these poles. So you can see I like their stuff. And this Camp Ice Axe, critical for climbing up the chute. You'll see that in a little bit. So I'll show you something. Show you some of the gear. See, I got my fins here. Those are not going up, but the helmet is. And so I'm gonna keep packing. You don't need to see the back of my car. All right, trying to film out of the back of the trunk. Last ski season, last ski trip of the season. Let's go. So this is my first break. You can see the trail up there, and I think when I weighed my pack at home, it was 43 pounds, but I added more stuff. So I think I'm sitting at about 45 pounds, which is a heavy pack. I train with a 30-pound weight vest. Taking my second break about 100 feet from the last break, but I'm really starting to feel the elevation, and I'll get used to it. But I always say the first mile is the hardest by far. See those hikers? All right, those are oh shit, hold on. Those are PCT hikers. I dropped my pole. Those are PCT, Pacific Crest Trail. So they started in Mexico, and they're heading all the way to Canada. You can see them. And it's so fun to stop and talk to them, hear their adventures. And they've just finished a section of the trail that I am familiar with. I've done 3 times. So it's really fun to hear about it. Forster Pass in particular. All right, there's me, and look, our first look up at University Peak. There it is. So I'll be skiing. You can't quite see the area I'm going to be in, but you'll see. We'll be able to see part of it soon. And yeah, so just making my way up. It's always puts a little skip in your step when you see something like that. Oh wait, Was I just filming like my nose hairs? Jeez. All right. It always puts a little skip in your step when you see a sight like that and know you're going to be sleeping beneath it in a few hours. So stop for a break here. I'm going to show you University Peak. It's the first little lake on the way up, a little pothole. And there's a look at University up there. I zoom in a little. You can see it. Really, to me, it reminds me of like the Dolomites or something. Wait till we get up into that cirque up there. It's really special. And so I don't think I would have worn ski pants. Great view of University Peak there. And you get to see the sort of the range. You can see the terrain has changed here, but look at this. When you just look at these views, it's just amazing. Just amazing. That's the first major lake on this ascent. It's called Gilbert Lake, and yeah, I've never camped here because it's just too close to the trailhead. But it's a beautiful lake. A lot of people like to stop here, and we're gonna keep going up and sleep kind of at the bottom of that. Actually, at the bottom of that right there, that peak you see there. So hang in there. It's making very good time considering the pack. And I've made a tactical decision, a strategic decision that has changed my plan for the day, for today's plan. And I'll let you know what that is when we get up to a place called Matlock Lake, which is one of my favorite places in all of the world. And very special place for my family. So, how beautiful this is. I mean, come on. Wow. I mean, even if I don't go skiing, this was worth it. Although, this is a heavy pack. Very, very heavy. Hello. Starting to see encouraging signs. Look at that. You know what that is. Snow. So, just gotta find a lot more. Look at that. So you can see more and more snow higher I get. So I'm feeling less crazy, and I know you're probably thinking I'm less crazy. But look, there really is snow. And oh wait, I'm zooming way in. Hold on. Well, there we go. Look, you might have thought I was crazy, but there really is snow. I'm gonna have to actually walk on it here to get to where I'm going. And a couple thousand feet up, there'll be a lot more of it. Be full-blown winter, well, spring, but all right. So very, very encouraging, and also, you know, kind of inspirational. Gets you going, gets you moving. There we go. That's Mount Gould right there. That's a 13,000, exactly 13,000 foot peak right there. And we'll see University up around the corner. So we're approaching one of my favorite spots in all of the Sierra. And this is a place where I've brought my kids so many times I don't think I could even count, and spent days and upon days. This is where they learned how to backpack and learned how to live in the mountains and become self-sufficient. And right here, I'm about to show you. So you'll see what I mean. You can hear me breathing. There we go. Look at that. This is just a drain-off lake, and up ahead is Matlock Lake. So I'm going to camp at Matlock Lake for the night. You'll see it in just a bit. All right, approaching my campsite for the night. I'm not exactly sure where it will be, but it's not going to be far from where I'm standing right now. Oh, look at that great view of Mount Gould through the trees. Check that out. You can see, there we go. The tippy top is 13,000 feet. And we've got a little more sun left, a little more light to pitch the tent and get set up for the night. Right here would be very windy. You can see it's exposed to the lake, and the lake generates its own wind with that different cool air rising off of it. So, especially towards the end of the day. So I'm going to look for a little shelter in these trees, get off the lake a little bit. We're going to come down here to this grass, that little grassy field, a little meadow behind me, and go for a swim in a minute. So I'm going to go for a little swim in a minute there, take a shower before bed. But this is my little campsite for the night. There's my pack. I'm going to put a tent, tuck it in here against the trees, and yeah, so this will be home for the night. See, lots of good places to sit down. See, I got this big fallen tree. That's a good place to sit. And then what I think I'm going to do is just tuck it right in here in between these trees. Right, sort of like that. Okay. It's so weird. Like, I feel like I don't weigh anything after wearing that pack. But look at this granite. Just, God, it's so amazing. Everywhere you look, these peaks just peeking through. Maybe that's why they call them peaks. Peeking through the trees. All right, so the view from my campsite. I mean, come on, seriously? Look at that. And then so I just walked out on this little log and got some water. And what you can see, I have what's called a gravity filter. And so you can have there's different types of filters. You can pump it, you can squeeze it. This is gravity, so it's going down through the filter right there into this tube, and into that's a 4-liter bag. So what I'll do is fill up that 4-liter. That's a 2-liter bag right there. That one, that's 2. So I'll have 6 liters of water. I'll put 2 liters in my bladder in my pack, so that way I'll have on reserve 6 here, 7, 8. So 8 liters of water is way more than enough I'll need between now and when I get out of here tomorrow. And look at all the water if I run out. And I just love looking. Normally I sleep, that's Bench Lake up there at the bottom of that mountain that you see there. How is it there? And I just was way too tired. The pack was too heavy, 45 pounds at least. I thought it might have even been 46 or 47. It was heavy. I don't think it was 50 though. Maybe it was. And so, so stopping here at Matlock, I love this lake. Normally we camp at the end down there, and there's another lake at the base of this. I mean, see this snow, look at that. That snow field you see right there runs right into another lake called Slim Lake. And Slim Lake, I'll show it to you tomorrow. Oh my God, Slim Lake's amazing. So I've spent more time here. Probably, I honestly think it's safe to say I've spent more time in this drainage right here than anybody. I really mean that. I mean, so many trips every single summer, solo trips with the kids. And I'm the only tent I've ever seen up at Bench Lake. I've only seen a few other people here. And yeah, I got to show you my the tracker, it's like, it looks like a spider web. There have been so many paths I've hiked around here. So, all right, I'm rambling. Let's eat some dinner. Oh, over here. Yeah, so sunset's on its way. Starting to cool down a little bit, but I mean, it's still really warm. I mean, I'm just wearing one layer on top, and for 7:20 at night, at this elevation, that's not normal. I think there's going to be gear I brought, clothing, warmth stuff that I don't wear on this trip, and that will be the first trip that I've never worn it. So, oh, look, you can see my tent peeking through right there. So you can see it's a little windy here, but I'm tucked out of the wind, and I'm going to go make some dinner. Although you're going to laugh at my dinner. I'll have dinner in the tent tonight. We'll have a good laugh at my dinner together. All right, walking back into camp. I love this so much. I love camp, but there are my skis, and it's hard to believe I have a snow shovel and an ice axe with me when you look around. But then look up here. Now it's not hard to believe when you see that, but looking around here, it's like, what am I doing with skis? But I'm gonna get my tent set up, but just take a quick, here's the before. Looks like a jumbled mess, but I promise you, that is such a comfortable situation that I'm about to set up. It's the best. So, hold on. Here's a, let's see. All right, I'm gonna get in my tent and have some dinner, warm up. As you can see, I've put on a warmer layer, got a puffy on now, and the sun is still up on the peak. You can see, gonna go finish up the water filtering. That's, you're looking at 6 liters right there of clean filtered water from Matlock Lake. And I'm gonna go warm up though. My hands, it's funny, it's so hot now, and now my hands are cold from the lake making water, so I'm gonna go warm up and eat something. Right, in my tent, check it out. It's, you gotta look out there, there's my pack and my skis, mountains up there, and we've got water. The boots, the boots stay under that little shelter. Don't get dew on them and wet, and my boots will come in here. Sometimes I put stuff up at the end of the tent, and then I got all sorts of everything I need is right here in little bags, and this food is right here next to me. And check this out. This is really exciting. O2 Boost. We're putting out an altitude relief product. That's why I've been in Colorado so much. That's what I've been testing up here in the mountains. And yeah, so let's see if I can get ready. Let's see, 2 will come out. Oops, 3, but I'm going to take 2, and 2 capsules. And I will not have. I gotta take some water. Altitude sickness tonight. No headache. Sorry, no fatigue, nausea. I mean, I came straight from sea level to 10,000, almost 11,000 feet here, and that's a big deal, and that's hard on the body. And most people, me included, will have AMS, which they call acute mountain sickness, which is altitude sickness. And it's real. I mean, most people get it when they go above 5,000, 6,000 feet. So here at 10,000 feet, especially going sea level to 10,000 in one sort of in under 4 hours. So that's a lot, and that's quick. So the extra bioavailable oxygen makes a huge difference in making sure you don't have a headache, oxygenating the rest of the body when you're in an oxygen deficit up here, and keeping you energized, and it's really pretty remarkable stuff. So stay tuned for more. Right, so having dinner, check this out. I've never done this before. That's bread that I made this morning, and then I toasted it, and then this is what made a very I can't even talk, strong version of cinnamon toast. So that's a lot of sugar and cinnamon, and butter, but plant-based butter. Because up here the key is carbs. You don't have much of an appetite. I don't want to be cooking and like dehydrating food and or rehydrating food. And I need carbs, straight up carbs. That's it. I can get all the other health, nutrition in the car ride home or at home. And sometimes I bring protein powders and stuff, but this is a new experiment to see if I can load up on carbs via the cinnamon toast. And the sugar is good too, it gives me energy. And then Same thing for breakfast and lunch. Let's just see. Carbs, baby. I also brought, excuse me, protein bars. Uh-oh, I'm dying. Can't talk. So here I'm at camp in the morning. It's a beautiful day. Look at that. Look at that sky. And I'm just packing up skis and all my gear here and heading up. I'm gonna go up this drainage here. I'll show you when I get closer on this side of the lake. But first things first, let's see, can you see this? There. I'm gonna take 3 of our new O2 Boost Relief capsules. Pardon for the shaky video, but they're remarkable. This will Breakfast of Champions, having that bread I made with cinnamon and sugar. So it's a really great way to load up on carbs in the morning, because imagine the kind of carbs you need to get up that or that. Oh my goodness. We're at almost 11,000 feet. It is so warm. It's whatever. I'm gonna stop saying the word warm. We're heading up this way. A lot of this terrain up in here, I'll be able to pick off. A lot of the terrain I'm gonna ski you can't see yet because of how I'm headed. But it's exciting. Get a few turns and then head back and see my family. All right. So this is Slim Lake. Slight change of plans. Keep changing the plan based on this weather. But I can't tell you how hot it is. I mean, it's crazy. It's like 8 in the morning or something. 8:15. And I'm already, But you can see this beautiful lake. Spent a lot of time here over the years. This will be my first time skiing this little bowl. And you can see there's a lot of little things to connect through here. You got a little bowl up here. The snow is going to be really soft. There's no doubt about that. But, what are you going to do? I'm going to actually, what I think I'm excited to do is skin right along the perimeter of the lake. Just like that. And then up and around. And then I'll have to walk up a little bit and then get up into this. But whatever. Just being up here. Yeah. Surrounded by 13,000 foot peaks, lakes, snow. It's just a great spot. And you can see this lake is just beautiful. And I probably have put up a tent here with my children, I don't know, a minimum 10 times over the years. So at the base here of Slim Lake, the water's flowing in. Also comes in there from Matlock. That's a great place to swim right in there. But and then we've also, before we've slid down the snow right into the lake before. So I'm gonna go try to put on skis over there, skin across that, and then use the snow to get back that way, and see how it goes. But as you can see, it's just, man. I've spent a lot of time in this little basin here with my children, starting when they were very little. They'd run around these fields, they'd play in these fields, they'd climb these rocks, play in the snow. That boulder field over there is full of just so much adventure, you can't even believe it. Great spot for a tent on the other side of that rock we used to camp. So yeah, it's really fun to be back here. Lots of memories, and it's 3.5 hours to the trailhead from my house. It's like, what are you gonna do? Watch TV? Or live it? It's funny, people ask me all the time, like, what are my favorite podcasts? And I I don't really listen to them. I'm living one. Look at this. This is my favorite podcast. Look at those wildflowers. We're gonna go check those out in a little bit. See that chute there, or it's not really a chute, but that little band of snow. So, just trying to get across this scree field here. And yeah. Mountain Diver Adventure Club is all about just going for it, never sitting idle, constantly. If you're not involved in an active adventure, then be planning one. It's really cool to be all alone up here, which reminds me of that old saying, if you're not happy when you're alone, check the company you're keeping. Oh, that's so cold. All right, saying goodbye to this very special spot. It's called, this is Slim Lake. And then, of course, the great University Peak, the wildflowers underneath it. And yeah, I spent a lot of time on this lake, at this lake, in this lake, around it. Really feel lucky to have found it. It's a secret. I won't tell you how to get here, but you can figure it out. I hope you enjoy it. All right, back to pack up the tent and head back to the car, and then home for dinner. I think the whole thing, this will be like less than 30 hours. So what are you going to do, sit around at home or come out and do something like this? All right. All right, this is my departure from University Peak. This is Matlock Lake. There's University. You can see a lot of the snow I was skiing, mostly to Looker's left. Doing a little promotion here. And yeah, that was amazing, way too hot. That was a bummer. And my shoulder last night, I was really worried I'd have to just descend today and not do anything, but a little rest overnight made the shoulder better. But this heat, I can't even explain how hot it is right now. And I'm wearing ski pants. Like, they're spring ski pants, touring pants, but like, no, not a good idea. But that's a good idea, and that's a good idea. You put those two together, maximum fun. So that just happened. That was 23 hours from trailhead to trailhead, and then from home to, it's going to be 24 plus 7, so whatever that is, 31. So the whole trip is 31 hours. All right, a little sore, but home, and it was 5 hours and 45 minutes from the lake where I camped. You saw my tent pitched there, right to right here, right now. That's pretty amazing. I mean, obviously it takes a little bit of effort, but final ski trip of the season, and a proof that you can kind of pull a lot of different things off here, only a few hours from where you live. No matter where you live, too. This happens to be the thing I get to try to do, but there's so much out there.